Okay, so last time the garden, when you guys saw it, it had this potato barrel right here, over there, kind of, right? With some random blah kind of around that edge. So all of that underneath was covered in a layer of plastic about 6 inches. Oh 6 inches. He's on the roof today. Today's roof day. About 6 inches down. And then, hold on one second. Okay, so back to what I was saying. All of this was covered in this plastic. And I went to Tank's Green Stuff and put compost over it and some sand over it and a few plants, and I had the potatoes there, and it rained too much and they died, except for one. However, I'm going to dig that out in a minute and see if there's potatoes in there and then replant them in the same fashion. And I have potatoes growing too in the house, so there's still some radish or beets over there, and I planted some okra and peppers and sweet potatoes over there. Oh, and look, the truth about sweet potatoes. Alright, so this before, last time I recorded, was completely full of radishes and beets and seeds. And those beans are still there. And now these beans, these are yard beans, these are growing here. They're getting kind of tall. And the cardboard's there, that's good to get rid of weeds. But anyway, so all of this was full of other stuff, but I left the sage, and maybe a few carrots are still in there. These Brussels sprouts are cool. If you cut off the tops, the Brussels sprouts themselves will start growing bigger. But the whole plant is edible, so eat the leaves. Oh yes, sweet potatoes. Okay, so I cut some sweet potatoes because we were eating the leaves off the sweet potato plants as greens. So I took this stem and shoved it in the ground. And we live in the desert, but we got a lot of rain. So this is still very much alive and hardy. There's a little damage on the leaves, but this will grow, and little sprouts will grow out of the tips here, and underneath here, and underneath here, and underneath here, and underneath here. New branches will grow out, and if it's underneath the ground, then it will turn into a root ball. And we all know where the potatoes come from. They come from root balls. So if you have healthy soil, you can stack potatoes. Any kind of potatoes. All kinds of potatoes, any kind of potatoes. So yeah, this is the transformation. Here's some dirt that I took out of this before I stripped the plastic. So it's always a work in progress. And you see the wood lining the fence? That's my lazy way of creating a box. So there's an update on Lazy Gardening 101.